Welcome everyone to another episode of Two Men No Hope. I am Daniel Say. With me as always Jamie Markman, but we don't care about Jamie at the minute because we have, by popular demand, our favourite and always handsome Brian is back. Everyone's happy. How are you doing, Brian?
Two lies in one sentence. That's very impressive.
No, one lie, maybe. No, honestly, look, the amount of emails we get saying, when's Brian coming back? Can Brian come back, please?
Wow.
No,
That's awesome. I love hearing that. I love doing your show. So it's cool that people would want me back. You know, I really love doing this.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Yeah, we're happy to have you back, man.
Yeah, the listeners love you. I don't know what it is about your. It must be your accent. I think that's what they're loving.
I think I bring a little manic energy, you know?
I think just enough, because we've had some other Americans and they bring too much energy and it's like that.
You need the right balance between, because I know, it's a thing with, British people. You guys hate, cockiness.
Well,
yeah, kind of,
yeah. That's, a trait that I've heard. So I think you need, a bit of manic cockiness, but also the right amount of self-loathing to balance it out. And I try to bring that for you guys.
Well, you obviously everyone loves it, but congratulations, you're a dad now.
Thank you. Yes. So for everyone that thought I was a virgin out there, there's now proof. There's now proof that I am not. Back in May we had our first child. Her name is Alice.
Oh, nice.
Sleep is something that doesn't exist anymore in my world. Doing work is hard to do. I'll be editing a project, I'll have the baby in one hand like this, and I'm just trying to do all the shit I got to do with one hand. It's difficult, but it's fun, you know.
Yeah, no, absolutely. We haven't spoke to you since you did the video for us for our year episode, right?
Oh yeah, Jeremy.
That was brilliant. Jeremy, yeah. Old Jeremy.
Honestly, I was almost I was so welling up, with all the... And then you had the video and I was, oh my God, just holding it in. That's the one time I'm glad no one watches the YouTube, because I was fucking welling up.
So, being a dad now, Brian, has that slowed things down work-wise, or are you still going... Because you always seemed so busy with, all the projects you had going.
It's not by choice. It's just impossible to work as much as I want, you know? I'm trying to edit, and then it's the baby's crying, so I have to stop what I'm doing, and I have to get work done. There was one day, it was this past Saturday, I was trying to work, and my wife was out, so I was alone with the baby, and I would put her to sleep. I would work for 10 minutes. She would get up and start crying. And then I'm trying to work with one hand, and it's just I'm still taking on a lot, but I'm not able to put out as much, you know?
Yeah.
But it's a balance. I actually have a funny story I wanted to tell you guys. This just happened to me. So I took on a job with a corporation, filming for them, right? They want me to film their training videos. And I won't say what the facility is or anything like that, but they're a giant warehouse almost, right? And they have all this stuff, and they have a school on their facility where they're training people. And I've been meeting with them for 2 months, and I go in, and they want me to film all these different things. So one day I come in and I'm setting up my cameras, and there's an old guy who's the instructor of their school, and he's like, "What the hell are you doing here?" I'm like, They told me to film. He's like, "You ain't filming me." I'm like, "I don't know what you want me to tell you, man. They're paying me to be here. I don't care whether you're filmed or not. It's up to you." And he got all pissed. He had a big fight with management, and he quit the job on the spot.
What the
because
fuck?
I showed up. Part of me was guilty because it's this is kind of my fault, but it's also it's fucking 2023. Everybody is filmed every second.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh, yeah. You walk down to the shop, you're picked up by about 20 cameras.
Yeah. He just was not having it the second I walked in. He was not happy to see me at all.
Almost like you come home and you feel like a big dog. yeah, he quit because I made him quit.
I felt bad. Like, he's an older guy. Like, he had been there for like 20 years or something.
He just gave up his pension.
Yeah,
He's like, fuck this.
The guy's life is over because, like, that asshole with a camera walked in.
We did it once, me and my in-laws, which we were causing mayhem down in Devon in one of the restaurants. I don't know whether I said this on the pod before.
No.
And me, my brother-in-law, and my father-in-law made this guy quit his job that night, yeah. Because the server, we were being really like arseholes with him, and we decided that we wanted to do a flambe, a banana split. So we got a load of sambuca, poured it on the banana split, and set it alight, but it wouldn't set alight properly. So we broke up like the paper tablecloth and started putting that in there.
Fucking hell.
We were like really smashed.
If it burns, it's okay, you know?
And he come and told us off, and then they ran out of ice. My big thing about ice.
Oh man, Jamie's kicking off now.
And then when they had no ice in the restaurant, I was like, we're in a seafood restaurant, you've got no prawns, and now you've got no ice. And he was like, yeah. I was like, let me speak to the manager. And then you just see matey boy walk out the door. He's had enough. He quit his job that night because of us. Not the proudest moment.
That's fucking mental.
If you're at a restaurant and you don't even have ice, that's like one of the basic things you should have, right?
100%, yeah.
So.
Yeah. You don't even have to buy that, you make it.
Have prawns. What?
Yeah. Oh, something's gone down the wrong hole.
You all right?
Yeah. Oh.
So, how's your summer going, guys? Is like the heat wave bothering you? Do you guys have air conditioner?
Heat wave. Oh, Jamie's got air conditioning. What are you telling, Jay?
I'm like the only guy in the UK with air conditioning.
You're like the only guy with it?
Yeah, we don't really have it in houses, but I got it, and then it's caused a bit of a stir amongst people in my area.
Really?
Like, they all come and speak to me about it. Because it's not a normal dumb thing. Because it's always raining here. We don't normally need it.
Yeah.
But my house gets so hot. I was like, I need it for the bedroom at least.
But why is it anyone's fucking problem if you have air conditioner in your house?
Nosy neighbours, mate.
See, This is why America's great. Because it's like, I could have a gun, and if you come give me shit about my AC, I can scare you away forever.
I was standing outside, and
I need AC.
I stood outside I got a new car as well, and I was standing outside with the car, and 3 people in one day said, "Oh, I bet you're really cold at night. I bet you're really cold at night." I was thinking, why are they fucking... I bet the whole street's talking about it.
Wow. That is
jealousy.
like insane to me.
But as regards to heat waves...
In England, that would be like, I'd be getting an air conditioner on like every room. Like, I
don't... we haven't had no heat wave here. We've had really bad summer as regards weather.
I think we had 2 weeks, which was pretty good, and then it's just been raining on and off. My garden's fucked. I can't mow it because every time the weather's good, I'm at work, and then when I finish work, it rains.
The rest of Europe's on fire, and then it's like steeped in rain.
I think it's Greece, in it. Greece has got like fucking wildfires and shit going on.
And Portugal, yeah.
Again. So I told this story on my podcast recently, but in 2008, we went to France for a metal festival, and we also went to Belgium too, me and my buddies. And we were staying at a hostel, and there were these Greek chicks, and I'm talking to them, and I'm like hitting on them. And the only thing I really knew about Greece, other than like ancient shit, was that like there were a bunch of wildfires. So as I'm hitting on these girls, I'm like, "So those Greek wildfires or something, huh?" Like I saw like the whole like country's burning down, and they got all sad and weepy.
That chat up line didn't go well then.
No, it didn't go anywhere. I slept alone in my hostel that night.
Crying's a bit of a turn off. So we had an email when they were asking you to come back, and they said they would want us to play a game with you.
Let's do it.
So it's a game between you and Jamie, and and I'll do my little. So welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the first of the English versus American Tonight's
Oh.
contestants are Jamie Maltman from England and Brian Ruppert from America. Welcome, guys. Jamie, how you feeling tonight?
Good, blindsided again with another game. He did this to me last week.
I wish I was ready because now I feel like pressure. I'm representing my country.
Oh no, this was a really hard game to put together. It's only like 10 questions, so it should be okay.
Okay.
What about you? How you doing tonight, Brian? Feeling
I'm
lucky?
I'm all right. Yeah, a lot of pressure. I'm representing the 50 states, so
I'm pretty worried about England right now, but we're okay. Right, great. So the game tonight is a mix of history and film, so both of you will have an equal chance of winning. When I finish reading out the question and you think you know the answer, you have to shout out your name. You must wait for me to finish the question. The first one to shout their name gets the answer, and if they get it wrong, it passes to the next contestant.
okay.
All
So
good?
we're doing a history and film quiz
Film history,
with
like
someone that
Jeopardy.
does a history and film podcast.
Yeah, so this is what I'm trying to say.
I'm getting raped here.
No, they're not. I tried. This is why it took me so long to do this, right? Because I tried to make it so you had a chance, yeah. So, but I know
Bob Ross ain't involved. I should be alright.
But I know Brian's pretty switched on because I've listened to his podcast and yeah.
Yeah, I'm competitive, so now I'm laser focused. Like, there's no more jokes. It's like victory or death.
Right, question number 1.
All right.
Whose nickname in real life was Scarface?
Oh,
Jamie.
Brian. I said my name. I'm Ryan, right?
Yeah,
Al
Brian.
Capone.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, Jamie, man, I thought you'd have that.
I did, but it's just the delay. I'm delaying at the minute.
All right, yeah, that's going to be his usual thing. Right, I'm not keeping track, by the way, so the listeners can keep track. Just for
okay.
I'm pretty sure it's going to be clear cut who's going to be. Right, question 2. What is the correct order of King Henry VIII's wives' fates?
Oh, fuck me.
Correct order?
Yeah,
Jamie.
Not- Jamie. Yeah, not by name, like by the way they were. What happened to them?
There's a little nursery rhyme about
Yeah,
it. I can't
this is
remember.
why I left this in because we all got taught this in school.
Yeah, I know what happens to him, but I don't know the order. I couldn't tell you,
2 got beheaded.
No, you got to do it in order, Jamie. You can't just
I have
say.
no clue then. I'll pass it over to Brian.
one was thrown into a lake, one was hung, one was whipped, one got her head cut off. I don't know.
Oh man, I thought at least one of you would get this one.
There
'cause
was,
I thought
there
it'd
was
be quite
6, wasn't there? I don't know. I remember there was 6.
Well,
Yeah,
what's the
6.
nursery rhyme?
good. Divorced, beheaded, died. Divorced, beheaded, survived.
Okay.
Yeah, because he created the whole bloody religion of the Church of England just for that.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he
Yeah,
could get
yeah,
divorced.
I know what happens, but the order. No, I
Yeah.
never would have got that.
Yeah, it's like a little rhyme. Yeah, divorced, beheaded, died. Divorced, beheaded, survived.
Okay.
There you
I knew
go.
there was a little rhyme.
I feel like it's a little bit of learning going on as well.
Do
So
I get
3...
half a point? 'Cause
That's
I
what I
knew it was a
like.
rhyme.
No. I gotta bring this up. Right, so
If this was
God,
TSD, Walt would be absolutely ripping into us right now.
Oh, well, you don't know this? How do you not know this? Were you in nursery school?
He makes me laugh so much when he does games because he just barrages whoever plays. He barrages them with abuse.
It's the best.
right, the actor Patrick Wilson, best known for his role in The Conjuring, but can you name 2 other films that he's been in?
Jamie.
Brian.
No, Jamie had it just there.
Moonfall.
Right.
Moonfall. Conjuring 2.
You can't say The Conjuring 2.
Insidious, isn't it?
Yeah.
Seen Insidious?
Yeah. Okay, yeah. I thought that's
Alright.
got a good one. Right. What were you going to say, Brian?
I was gonna say Watchmen, and I was gonna say I probably would have said Insidious. I would have taken a second though.
I always think of A-Team. Do you remember in the A-Team?
Yes, yeah.
Yeah.
A-Team. He's also in was he in Warrior? No, he wasn't.
No. He was in that film Hard Candy. Did you ever see that?
Yeah, Hard Candy's great.
That's messed up.
Yeah, I always get him and Joel Egerton mixed up.
Oh, yeah, I get that.
Talking of good films, I noticed today, Dan, that Boondock Saints is on Amazon.
I love Boondock Saints. Fucking
I
quality.
watched it earlier.
So good. Second one
One of my
was
favourite
garbage,
films.
but the first one was good. Right. Question 2. I don't know whether Jamie's going to get this one, but I feel it's just happened. So,
All right.
what date was the Manhattan Project established at Los Alamos?
Oh, fuck me.
Established?
Yeah.
Or like what date did the test happen?
When did everyone start going to and get it started?
Oh, fucking Jesus Christ! I just did a Brian.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say July 15th, 1942.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
1942 to 1943.
Okay.
But you've seen Oppenheimer, haven't you, Jamie?
No. Not yet.
Oh, so I thought you'd seen it. Okay. Still, you should have got that. Right.
I was supposed to go see it, but I ended up babysitting instead. Got fucked over.
Oh, and I'll tell you right now, the babysitting weren't worth it because that film was quality. Right. This one, you get bonus points if you do the accent.
No,
All right.
What's Christopher Walken's famous line from Pulp Fiction?
Brian,
Yeah.
this watch is up my ass. It belonged to your father. That's my terrible Christopher Walken.
That was amazing, though. That was fucking
That's
brilliant. Yeah,
better
that's spot on. Yeah, so I wrote down that little paragraph. So he says, his ass, 5 long years he wore this watch up his ass. Then he died of dysentery. He gave me the watch. I had this uncomfortable hunk of metal up my ass for 2 years. Then after 7 years, I sent it home to my family. And now, little man, I give it to you.
See, with no context, I ain't got a clue what.
You've never seen Pulp Fiction?
No.
Fucking hell. Brian, this is what I'm dealing with, man. This is what I'm dealing with.
Dude, you gotta watch Pulp Fiction.
He come
Jesus.
at me. We just recorded a conspiracy episode, and he come at me about not knowing who Bob Ross was until today.
You didn't know who Bob Ross was?
No, I was born in 1991. His
And?
show started in 1982.
We've established he did 30 seasons, Jamie. That was clearly going on for a long time.
He's like a meme, too, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Happy Little Trees and all that.
And he
Yeah.
didn't know who Pee Wee Herman is either.
You didn't know Pee Wee Herman?
No, not a clue.
Did they like run his show in the UK?
I'm not sure I know of it. I've seen it. I don't know if
Okay.
it was running on the TV, but everyone knows a Pee Wee. Anyway. All right. Question 6. What was Willie the Butcher from Gangs of New York's real name?
Brian. William Cutting.
No.
Is it not?
William Cutting is Bill the Butcher.
It says on the internet it was William Poole. Have I got that wrong?
Maybe you're right. Maybe I'm wrong. I really thought it was William Cutting, but
I could
be
double
wrong.
check if you want. That's me now because I appreciate Brian's knowledge and I'm like, right.
If the game master's got it wrong, is this quiz even? Is it even a legit quiz?
okay, it is William Poole. William Cutting was a nickname. Yeah. So I'm wrong.
Oh, well, you knew the nickname.
Jamie's trying to get rid of the game because he's losing. Great. Question 7. What's Eazy-E's real name from NWA?
I don't know. Eric.
Fuck me, I have no clue.
Eric.
I was throwing that at Jamie. Jamie, you can't just shout the answer out.
Jamie.
Yeah.
Eric. Is it?
And his last name?
No, I have no clue.
Fuck's sake. I thought that was an easy one for you, man.
I could have
Seriously.
guessed Eric too.
Eric,
I get
right.
half a point at least. No?
Yeah, I'll give you half a point. Fuck's sake, for a random guess. This one's a long one. I'll give you extra points if you know the whole thing, but you can just give me a basic answer. How did William Wallace die?
Jamie.
Oh, yeah.
He was hung, strung, and quartered. Hung, strung, and quartered, whatever it's called.
Yeah, he was there. Brian, do you know the full whack?
Oh yeah. He was stabbed, pulled apart, gutted. Then they cut bits and pieces of him. They mailed it to all throughout the United Kingdom. They had like his cock on display somewhere. His legs were places. Yeah, they tore him throughout the whole kingdom to let everybody know,
Yeah,
don't fuck with us.
poor fucking guy.
Brilliant film. Still
It
brilliant
was,
film.
yeah. Right, name the 3 actors who have played the last Robin Hoods.
Jamie.
Brian.
Go on, Jamie.
Who played Robin Hood?
Yeah, the main actors who played the last 3 Robin Hood movies.
Oh, fuck. That guy that plays...
No, you can't. No, you can't say that guy. You got to give me a name.
It's like, he's got a weird name. It's like Tegan? I don't know. I don't know anyone else that's played Robin Hood. Who else played Robin Hood? I'm going to have to pass it over to Brian.
Go on, then, Ryan.
All right, Taron Egerton.
That's it.
Russell Crowe.
Yeah.
And this is tough.
You're going to give me one that I haven't got written down, aren't you?
No. Well, I could say Carrie Ewells, EW. I always fuck his name up, or Kevin Costner.
Kevin
They both
Costner.
played Robin.
There you go. Yeah, you got
I
it.
had
through.
no idea that Russell Crowe played...
Oh, his Robin Hood was really good.
Was it?
I hated that one. You liked it?
Oh, really? Yeah, no, because he used an actual proper longbow in it and stuff, so it felt a little bit more authentic than, like, Taron's one was just a gimmicky, like...
Wasn't Jamie Foxx
Yeah.
Big Ben or whatever the fuck his name
Little
is?
John.
Little John.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a weird one. Yeah, I that keeps coming up on my Stars plays, but I just keep ignoring it.
It's not good, but I kind of did like I love the Robin Hood story,
Yeah.
which is my beef with the Russell Crowe one, where it's like, he doesn't do any robbing from the rich. The whole movie is just him becoming Robin Hood.
Mm-hmm.
And then by the end, it's like all the cool shit with like Nottingham is taking place, and they don't show any of it.
Yeah.
Like the movie ends. So it's like, yeah, like I don't give a shit about Robin Hood before he's Robin Hood.
Yeah, it's
I
kind of
want to
like a
watch him
prequel.
like getting tax money back and shit.
You can't beat Kevin Costner, though. His fucking movie was brilliant.
Oh, that one's amazing.
I remember a cartoon of Robin Hood. That's about
You mean
it.
the Disney with a
Was there a Disney
fox?
one? Yeah.
Was it a fox?
It was
Yeah,
animals.
it's Fox.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I heard the song from that the other day. I'm not going to... Anyway. Right, last question. I don't think Jamie's going to get this, but I'll throw in an English question anyway. What was given to Winston Churchill on his 80th birthday by Parliament?
Brian.
Fucking hell, it's quick. Go on then.
Is it a Royal Dalton Bulldog?
No.
Fuck.
Jamie, do you know this one? Have you ever seen The Crown? It's in The Crown?
No, I thought only like mums watch The Crown.
No, actually, it's pretty good.
I don't know. Maybe like I don't know, like some special cigar or something. I fuck knows.
A special cigar. No, it was a painting of himself, and he hated it so much that he actually stole it from Parliament. They were going to leave it in Parliament. He took it back to his house. He hid it, and then when they came looking for it, he destroyed it, set it on fire.
Good lad.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That'd be
It was
me
like,
if it's like a full body picture of me. I'd be like, nah, mate, that's
It was a hand painting. Like he went and he stood for it, and someone painted it, and then they unveiled it, and he hated it so much he couldn't stand it. He got rid of it.
Love Winston Churchill.
Yeah, couldn't get away with
I
that
wonder
now.
whether
could
he
you?
got the same deal Brian Johnson got with on TSD. He got talked into doing this hand painted picture, and when they revealed it, it was actually just like a print. It was his reaction was priceless. It was the funniest thing I've ever seen.
Right.
It's a great video, the unboxing of that.
Yeah, I loved that, man. That was brilliant.
Right, so clearly I think Brian did a lot better than Jamie on that one.
Yeah, I feel as though I got dogged on that.
No, honestly, it took me ages. You can ask Sabina. I was like, I think Jamie will get this one. And I threw in that NWA because I'll be like, he loves his like rap music. Nothing.
Yeah, but Easy Eves, he died before
Oh,
Got into rap music.
don't even go that fucking route again.
You know who like John Lennon is? He was dead before you were born.
Yeah.
Yeah, true.
It's just he brings his age in it all the time, Brian. I would just ignore him now. Right,
I get it. I'm competitive. Any excuse I need, I'm gonna take.
Yeah.
I'll have to try harder next time and find some difficult questions. Right, this is new for you, Brian. We now have a disclaimer before we do the emails.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, just because we were getting some emails that were a bit more personal, so we felt like we'd throw it in there just in case.
Oh, what? Wait, what happened?
No, they were just
getting quite deep. Some of them. There was like one about domestic abuse and stuff like that.
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah, so we didn't want to
abuse. My wife and kids
helps with sponsorships as well.
Yeah, and addiction and things like that.
Okay.
Yeah, and then there's a lot of like job related ones as well, and we always say about and it's like I don't want you to quit your job because we say that it's shit. Yeah. So anyway, right. Please remember that all the opinions in the show are of those of the hosts and should only be taken as food for thought. We are in no way telling you to do anything. Everything is kept anonymous for the safety of the listeners and no information is shared to anyone else. If you are easily offended by people's opinions or views, then thank you for making it this far, but this podcast is not for you. See you later. And please enjoy the show.
Okay.
Yeah, just a quick little, you know what I mean?
Yeah, you got to cover your ass. I get it.
Yeah.
Becoming more and more professional as the days go on.
Did you get any emails about lives you ruined?
No, they've all been good so far.
we had one where we told the guy that it was in the friend zone, told him not to pursue it, and then he ended up pursuing it anyway, and she felt the same way.
Oh.
So we were wrong on that front. So we owned up to that.
Yeah.
For him, he's the one guy to escape.
Yeah, exactly.
Heard the legend of him. It's nice to know he's out there.
We the last time he emailed us, he said that he was thinking about proposing to her.
Wow.
And we haven't heard from him since. So hopefully that went okay and she didn't switch out and murder him or anything. So yeah, I mean, we'll just have to wait and see. Right. First listener. So, hey guys, Magaloof, don't bother. I was expecting a level of scummy, but it was the next level. On our second night. We came back to the room to find two random guys absolutely railing some random girl in my room. They had somehow found a way to get into our room and had nothing to do with the hotel. We contacted the reception and they wasn't interested, so we ended up kicking the three of them out and trying to get some shut-eye. I woke up the next day and there was condoms down the toilet. Again, we complained to the hotel and nothing. We then contacted our travel broker and they said we had to hang it out for 2 days while they made arrangements. On the third night, we got ready to go out and did some makeshift precautions to stop this from happening again. When we got back, there was a guy throwing up over his balcony and some other girls fighting down the pool tables. Safe to say, this was the shittiest place I've ever paid to be in. The last day, we stayed out most of the day and came back early evening to change for the evening to find yet again another pair of randoms in our room. We're trying to get full refunds as the 4 days were loved at the end in another hotel. The travel broker think that's enough to get away without refunding us. Have you guys ever had holiday nightmares or been through something similar with refunds? What can I do if they refuse to refund me? Thanks.
So I had something similar happen to me. Me and my friend, we were both banging this chick in a room, and this guy walked in, and he said it was his hotel room, and we had to go out. This was like a couple of months ago, so... No,
dickhead. For a second there, I was about to say, wait a minute, that sounds like this fucking email.
No. I don't know why this guy didn't participate. Like you had like 3 sex handed to you. You know, they're in your room. You just take your clothes off and be like, "What are we gonna do about this situation?"
I think it's the shock, innit? I think even me, a pervert, would be like, "What are you doing in my room, man? Like, get the fuck out."
I mean, the more the merrier at that point. It's already happening. But
well, you're on holiday. It's Magaloof, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, shithole.
What is Magaloof? I thought it was like a Donald Trump themed like loofah company or something.
Magaluf is like Ibiza, but for even younger kids. So there's like 18, 19-year-olds go out there and go mental. Cheap
Okay.
alcohol and lots of sex, and it's fun.
Is it like in the In-Betweeners 2 or the first In-Betweeners when they go the movie, they go to I forget where they go, but it's like a party town kind of.
Yeah, it might be Magaluf they went to.
It might be.
Yeah, it is pretty scummy. It's I never did Magaluf, but I did Tenerife, which is very similar in places, and that was like it's a life changer when you're young. It's you figure out quite a lot going on. I remember the two scummiest girls in the world who told me previously that they'd slept with different guys every night were like trying to get me and my boys back to their room, and it was only the most sober one of us that was like, look, when you see them in the morning, you do not want to go back to their room. And I was like, seriously? And I was like, yeah. There was like, fucking don't go there. And then when I woke up next day,
don't stay in the morning, and the problem
exactly.
is solved.
I could have woke up with fucking the clap and a lot of regret.
I can't leave, man. I just roll over and go to sleep. I would definitely be waking up there.
You can't feel any shame if you
if you disappear,
if you just get that out. Yeah. So my worst travel story is probably when we did the Airbnb for Anthony, my co-host's bachelor party in Pittsburgh, and there was dead mice and rats.
Oh, I remember. Yeah, I asked you about it, didn't I?
That is the worst one. Yeah. And this weekend, actually, we're going away. We're driving down to South Carolina, and we rented like this estate for in the woods for Steve's bachelor party, and we're going to be in the wilderness for for a couple of days, and he wants to like hike and camp. But I got to be honest, I don't get camping.
No.
Because it's like for thousands and thousands of years, human beings have been trying to get out from being outside and like having no shelter.
Yeah.
And to get indoors. But now we're so affluent and wealthy as like people almost. We're going to pay extra money to go live in the shittiest conditions possible in a shitty fucking tent. I don't get it at all. I don't understand the need to go camping.
No. I need a toilet.
I agree, totally.
I need a toilet. I'm not digging a hole. You know what I mean? I need to relax. Takes me a good 10 minutes to get it flowing.
Yeah, you got reading to do. You got to check all your notifications.
Yeah, exactly. Check the numbers of the podcast. Reply to some emails.
Exactly. Nah. That's business time.
I'm not doing that with a deer or a bear hanging over my shoulder. You know what I mean? No. I haven't really had any holidays. Like I'm not very well travelled anyway.
Yeah.
I wouldn't put up with it. You know what I mean? But then what can you do if they're not going to move you and you've got to wait? You've just got to sort of put up with it, innit?
Yeah, I've heard a lot of horror stories, but touch wood, all the times I've gone away, I've never really had a bad experience. But the only thing I could say for the listener is if you paid on a credit card, you can get your money back from the credit card company before dealing with the whoever you dealt with online. If it's on the beach, which is a UK site, on the beach, is a fucking useless. So good luck with that.
Is that like a UK Airbnb?
Kind of, yeah. Kind of. You get like package holidays on there.
All right. Yeah, Airbnb is fucking useless too. They didn't give us our money back for the rat room.
Fucking I miss out on all this because I've always been in debt, so I've never gone anywhere. So like I mean, yeah. I normally just go to a hotel. Like we're going to Glasgow at the weekend, and I was just like, just book a hotel, just the cheapest hotel you can get. It still cost me like £180, which is like what $200, $210. But yeah, I mean, I know what I'm getting. It's an Ibis. It's like a chain hotel.
Yeah, that's fine.
That's what I wanted to ask you, Brian. While I got you on here, so we were looking for places to eat because me and my missus, love to try different new foods.
Yeah.
I've always wanted to try a Chicago style deep pan pizza, and I found a place in Glasgow, and I was like, I want Brian. Like, what am I supposed to look out for an authentic?
All right. So I'm a New Yorker. Chicago pizza sucks, man. I'll just be honest. It's like I've been to Chicago. I went to like all their deep dish spots. I don't like Chicago pizza. It's just way, way, way too much sauce. They load the thing up. It's like you may as well just get a can of tomato sauce and a spoon and just like eat the sauce out of there, because that's practically what their pizza's like. If they do it the real Chicago way. It's almost like a pizza casserole. Like there's crust on the bottom, a shitload of like cheese underneath, and then just tons and tons of sauce. So
the sauce is on top of the cheese.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's basically like a sauce pie. So if you want the traditional, authentic Chicago slice, it should be so saucy that you get acid reflux immediately and start vomiting, which is what happened to me when I ate Chicago pizza. We were in Chicago. We went to watch a UFC fight in 2010 or 11, and we went to like a couple of the Chicago spots, and we had the pizza. And that night, I'm laying there, and I'm like, oh, and I'm not fat yet. I'm not a giant fat fuck. I'm still like in shape. And I'm like, oh no. And that night, I threw up all the Chicago deep dish that I ate, the acid reflux.
Oh, no.
I just could not break it down. It was so saucy and red. It was burning me on the way up. So I am not a fan of Chicago deep dish.
I have such bad acid reflex as well. Now I'm regretting it.
Be very, have one slice and call it a day. Don't go for seconds. I will say Detroit pizza is actually not bad. It's like a pan pizza. It's pretty good.
Okay. Yeah, no, I don't know, because I was looking at the menu and they have, like, they're just a Chicago staple. It's like pepperoni and sausage and stuff.
What's the name of the place?
Thundercats.
Okay. I thought you were going to say Uno, which is like an American deep dish chain, which like it's Chicago pizza in a chain.
Oh, okay.
I was wondering if they had one by you, but no.
Oh, no. This is like a American style.
Okay.
Dinosaur thing.
Have I ever asked your opinion on the pineapple pizza?
Probably, but I'll say it again. Pineapple doesn't belong on pizza.
There we
Lies.
go. Thank you, Brian.
Lies. I watch a guy on YouTube called Beard Meets Food. He's like a competitive eater. And he likes pineapple on pizza. That's a professional eater that likes pineapple
on pizza. Is he from New York?
Huh?
Is he from New York?
No, well, he's from Leeds. At the minute.
Exactly. Pizza. I'm a fucking New Yorker. Pizza's in my blood.
The Hawaiian pizza was created by a Greek in Canada. So it's nothing to do with pizza at all. It shouldn't be allowed. It should be illegal.
Canada, like, they created one good thing ever, and it was hockey. After that, we should have just shut up the country, boarded them up, and sealed them in and never let them create or do anything ever again.
I still like it.
Danny eats pineapple in a burger.
I eat pineapple on everything. I eat pineapple fritters.
Disgraceful.
Love pineapple
Do you like
fritters.
pineapple juice?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
I saw a TikTok, apparently, if you get pineapple and cucumber and blend it all together, apparently that's supposed to flush you out something crazy.
Oh,
Give
well,
yourself
I'll
like a
be
tonic.
sure to not try that.
Oh, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna try it for the
Enemy
podcast.
yourself with pineapple?
Okay. Yeah. So it's something to do with breaks down. I don't know. Anyway,
Diabolical.
when it comes to the refund, yeah, you just got to fight for it, innit? I mean, if you've got grounds that it's ruined your holiday, there's companies out there, especially in the UK, that are solely based on bad holidays. And
Probably,
you can,
like claiming things.
yeah, and you can go to them and they'll fight for your case if you've got a
Really talk it up as well. Like, say, like you woke up and there was a condom on your pillow and stuff like that. Really go for it.
It's not even a lie for him. He walked in and there were people fucking in his room.
Yeah.
Which I think is like in-room entertainment, but to each his own.
Normally you got to buy the package for that sort of thing, innit?
Yeah, exactly.
I know. I spoke to my brother when we had this email, because my brother's been to Magaluf. He said the hotel he stayed at was very similar, no one closed their doors, no one locked their doors, so everyone's stuff got robbed. There was loads of stuff like that going on. So it's just obviously the shitholes you can pick. You've obviously picked the wrong shithole.
The worst of the worst shitholes.
Yeah.
But good luck with that. Anyway, let us know if you get the refund. We appreciated the story nonetheless, and good luck. Right.
What he should try to do is try to track down the people who are fucking in his room, if there's a way, and like try to bring them to court. And can you show how they were fornicating? And like make them reenact it in the court.
That'd be fucking brilliant.
I thought you were gonna get him to pay for the night they spent in his room.
Oh, that's good too.
Yeah. So this listener says, I've just got onto your show and I'm enjoying this message, so keep it up. I have a story for you guys. I had something very similar to your lamp story for the early episodes, and it's something I never admitted, so please keep me anonymous. I lived in a house share when I was a student, and we were a good group of people. We had one guy who didn't go to university, but he was already a tenant in one of the rooms before we arrived. This guy had a real gothic taste and had some weird, crazy-looking dolls in the living room on a shelf around the TV. They always creeped me out, and a lot of people we had over, I knew it did them for too as well. One day, I thought it was a good idea to loosen the shelves they were on to see if they would fall off and break, which would be an unfortunate accident.
That's fucking mental. To do that.
We sat there that night and we were watching Empire Strikes Back. The shelf did as I wanted and it collapsed and the dolls fell off. One of them flew straight into a lit candle on the windowsill and set the curtains on fire, and we end up having to get out of the room not so long after a fire truck turns up and puts the small fire out. It could have been so much worse. When we went back in a couple of hours and the burn-up doll was laying on the floor, and the dude puts it back on another shelf as if nothing had happened. I spent the rest of the year feeling watched and creeped out by this half-burnt doll. Sometimes I wonder if it's still there on that shelf. Many thanks. That's like Annabelle, isn't it? Like,
I was thinking Dead Silence, where they try to get rid of that fucking doll when it comes back.
It's like Seinfeld when George Costanza's mother is in like doll form that his fiance owns, and he keeps looking at the doll, and it's like talking to him in his mother's voice, and it's driving him nuts. It's like, George, you're gonna eat that? And it's just getting under his skin, and it makes him and his father eventually lose their minds. But yeah, that's a weird one to like hate the inanimate object that much that you would risk burning down, where you live.
That is like a bad way of going. That is like some bad luck in it. That it fell on a candle. It was almost like a film.
Yeah,
It's almost like a film.
Like that would only work because you used to get the old dolls that were like porcelain, didn't you? Like if it's just a creepy plastic doll, it falls off and it's just going to bounce. It's not going to.
Yeah, maybe it was a little. Yeah.
But my mum collects them, those baby dolls that look like real babies. Reborn dolls. And they are fucking creepy as shit. And she's got them like all over the house. I mean,
what, like just standing
well,
there?
the whole house, like you walk around and there's just creepy dolls everywhere.
Yeah, she buys like push chairs and things, and she has them. She's in the bedroom. She's got a fucking. I don't know if she's still got it, but she had like a baby's crib with two babies in it.
That's fucking weird as fuck.
That's weird. Yeah.
Yeah. You can't tell that my mum wants me to have a baby, can you? She's filling the house with fucking. It wasn't so bad. Like she used to make them herself. Like she did a couple herself, and she sold them for a lot of money. And then she's like, "Oh, it's a lot of work." And I'm like, "Yeah, but you're making them. That's a reason, not just buying them and having them creepy hanging around the house." She gets really protective as well. Like Jeff picked one up by its head, and she went fucking mental. Like went mental at him.
Is she like, my baby?
She was like, "You can't hold it like that." Like grabbed it out of his hands and stuff. Fucking.
Maybe the person that was in this story was your mum.
Oh, maybe she emailed you. Yeah.
Yeah, she's a bit gothic. But we're glad your house didn't burn down anyway, and you managed to get in. But I think that's just karma for trying to break. When you have a house share, I've lived in a house somewhere like I would never put my stuff anywhere but my sort of area. So it's weird
especially
that,
with, like uni students.
yeah, you move in and there's this guy that's like, "Hi," he's just living there for no reason, and he's just got all of his shit everywhere. It's like, this is fucking weird, man. Like, what's going on there? Just wants to be around all the fucking uni kids. Nah.
He wants to party, man, with his dolls and young kids.
It's like Van Wilder, isn't it? Like he's just there. He
I
just
wonder
won't give
how
it
old
up.
this geezer was. It doesn't say his age, does it?
No.
Whether he was like a 50-year-old bloke with a fucking China doll.
No. No.
Weird. That is weird. I wouldn't be living there with no dolls. I'd be fucking moved out straight away.
It's definitely creepy, like especially if you're hearing noises. But I'm like, I could keep to myself, so I would just be going into my room, locking it, and like, I wouldn't really.
I don't know
see
though.
anyone.
Watching Empire Strikes Back, that's a pretty tempting way to come out of your room. I mean, lure me out.
But loosening the shelves, that's like... I'm sorry to the listener, but that is like some serial killer behaviour, isn't it? Like, that is premeditated.
Coming from the guy that wanted to accidentally break the lamp, it's pretty much the exact same thing, Jamie.
The lamp would have caught it, Dan.
It would have. Well, it did get it in the end, didn't it? Thanks for the story. We really appreciated it, and glad you're not living with the doll anymore.
Who says he's not? Has he checked all his
That's
closets?
true. Well, he might have just he got attached to it. It ended up in his bag as he left.
He wakes up
Like
at night, it's at the
haunted
end of his bed.
So this is a previous listener. A previous email was about getting her work taking over her life too much and it interfering with like the time she was with her partner. So she says, "Thanks for the support in my question. I've just listened to the episode and I'm really thankful. In your guys' opinion, I am dating at the moment and I have struggled with some men's general hygiene. They're so lovely sometimes, but I catch a whiff and it puts me off forever. Do you guys think I should let the guy know that's why I'm not looking for a second date or keep it to myself? I just worry that I'm being over the top with it and it's more my problem than theirs. Thank you." Jamie loves a hygiene question.
So, look, people stink. We're smelly, disgusting creatures, right? Like even like dogs don't smell like the way a human does. So it's like we're just disgusting, stinky things. And like when you're dating someone or on a date, you have to have some sort of allowance where it's like, you talk to them and you tell them like, "Look, man, like, I don't want to be rude, but you kind of stink right now. It happened. There's not a single person on earth who has smelt perfect 100% of the time.
No.
We've all had a sweaty day. We all have ran out of deodorant. It's like shit just happens. So it's like, I wouldn't say it's an automatic deal breaker. If it's a consistent issue, then I think it's time to, have a like break. But it's like, if it's one time, you just put up with that time, and then the second time you're like, "Look, I like you, but I got to be honest, you don't smell great."
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah. I don't know. I think the first date though, like the first one for me is the date that I definitely make sure that I don't stink, and then maybe the second date's the date where I'm like, she's met me already. I smell alright.
It's also the summer, so
But no,
Who
I
are
get where
these
you're coming from.
guys going on dates with not having a shower before? What the fuck are they doing?
That's what I mean. Like, I've been on a date straight from work, but I'd met her like twice before.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
I had deodorant in my car, so it was like a student shower. You spray all your clothes and everything, so you smell like.
Yeah.
But no, I get it though.
I got a question for you guys. Would you date like a Megan Fox looking chick, like the hottest chick possible, but she has constant BO?
No.
So no matter what, she is always smelling bad.
No.
But it's Megan Fox.
No.
I would get, do you know, like them car refreshers with like the fucking little trees on it. I'll just tie them to our arms, and I'll just deal with it.
I would deal with it. Yeah,
I'll deal with it. If she's looking like Megan
I'll
Fox,
stuff whatever I got to do on my nose. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'll get through this.
Nah,
do you
I
know
can't
them
handle
people
that.
use like swimming like clips for their nose, isn't it? That's what I'd walk around with.
I don't need the smell. It's okay.
Yeah. I am a massive advocate. If I ever smell, people need to tell me. If I think someone smells, they need to fucking. I'll tell them straight away. I used to work with a fella that stank all the time, and every day I'd say to him, "I've got deodorant in my locker, mate. Go back out there and fucking spray yourself," because it would just be overwhelming. But if you're going on a date and you're not bothering even spraying something on you, then it might be the choice in male companionship.
That's true. She could be slumming it.
Yeah.
What, they have like very low standards.
Yeah, maybe look at a clean looking guy, but some people can be clean cut looking and stink. So,
well, maybe she could like change where she's going on dates. Like she could just say like, "Let's keep going to the water park," you know. Like,
do you like to go swimming for our first date?
Yeah.
Let's go for a swim.
The beach, the water park, anywhere where there's wetness
or aircon.
Yeah. Oh, what if we had a spa day together?
You should. It's where they said like, "Oh, where would you like to go for a first date?" If they say like McDonald's, you're like, "You got to stink like fuck." If they say like a nice restaurant, you're like, "Oh yeah, this person's gonna put some deodorant on and he's gonna brush his teeth." You know what I mean?
The kind of place where you go, where you put a shirt on to go.
Yeah.
There. Yeah.
Not like you can go through the drive-thru and sit in your car.
That's like that's a nice high school date.
Yeah.
You know?
KFC.
Talking about drive-thrus, we recently got a Taco Bell opened here in where I live. Yeah. And when I had it, I was really disappointed because obviously it's really talked about that people really love Taco Bell in America.
I thought it was used as a to help you go to the toilet.
Because it's supposed to be spicy, yeah.
So, Taco Bell is really popular in America. Like, it's mostly for drunk people at like 3 a.m.
Ah, right.
You know, so it's like people will go when they're drunk or high late at night, and they'll just crush a whole bunch of tacos.
Right, that's where I was going wrong. I was sober.
You're sober. You need to go there when you're shit-faced and have like 10 chalupas and shit.
Fucking hell. Yeah, we got in Edinburgh. We've got a Jollibee. Is that American?
That's actually Filipino, but they have some in America too. I haven't been yet.
No, I haven't either. But they do pasta in there. I'm like, I don't know if I trust a fast food place that does pasta.
Yeah, that just seems like a recipe for like disgustingness.
Yeah.
But Eminem, he actually opened a fast food pasta place in Detroit.
Oh, really?
Called Mom's Spaghetti, which if I'm ever in Detroit, I definitely want to try it just because. Like, Eminem has a fast food restaurant that serves pasta. That's mad. It's so weird, I feel like I have to try it.
I want to go to Danny Treyu's donut shop.
He has a donut shop?
Yeah, he had one for years now. Cool. I'd love to go to that. Speaking of dating, I heard a new term yesterday. It's called vulturing.
Okay.
Do you want to take a stab in the dark to what you think that might mean?
Okay, vulturing. Vulturing is when you're expecting that your friend's relationship is going to end and you're hanging around waiting for the relationship to end so you can swoop in and get the
He's
girl.
Fucking heard that term before, the bastard.
No, I never heard it.
Yeah, basically that's it. Yeah, you're basically you're if you see your mate's relationships rocky, you go in and you become that confidant for the partner, just in case it falls through. She might come to you. It's like the long game. It may never happen.
In my day, that was called a snake. That's what that was.
Well, yeah. Nowadays, it's called vulturing.
Have you ever heard of the term Riz? That's a new Riz. Riz is a new thing.
Riz? Oh, yeah. The kids are all about the Riz.
Yeah, I haven't heard that.
Swag. You know, you're cool and you're good at talking to the ladies, I think. Yeah.
It's like you got the swagger.
There's a term that always throws me off, not a dating term. I have a guy I give lift to into work. He always says, "Oh, that guy's brand new," and I'm like, "What? Has he just started?" And he's like, no, brand new, it means like they're a good guy. And I'm like, where the fuck does brand new mean they're a good guy?
That must be a Scottish thing. I've never heard that.
No, that I don't like that.
No, I don't either. He's brand new. I thought you meant he was a new starter at work. He's brand new.
Yeah, I would think like you're saying he's stupid or he's new at work.
Yeah.
Fresh off the boat.
Yeah.
No, brand new. Fucking stupid. Anyway, we've gone off the subject of hygiene.
Real quick. Do you guys find that as you get older, you understand like slang and lingo far less? Like, I feel like an alien sometimes when I watch people talk.
Yeah.
Yeah, I always thought I was pretty down with the kids, and I've got these 2 new engineers, apprentices at work, and they're speaking how I spoke when I was 18, when I used to think I was Addy G, yeah? And they're saying all these words, and I'm like, I'm the old man now. I am the old man. Yep. Fucking past 30, you ain't got a clue.
It's weird though, right? Because like, I'm going to say my generation, because I'm not going to put that on you guys, but like, my generation was the shorthand, because of telephones were a pain in the ass to type, so everything was shorthand, like U was the letter U instead of everything else, which I think would be a good layway for all the new lingo. No. Nothing. Not at all. I now know how to read things without them being spelt right. That's about all it helped me with.
Yeah, pretty much.
You can make things out.
Yeah,
but...
that's how my brain works now. I just see the letters. Yeah, I agree with Brian. Some, like, you know, people have bad days and things like that, and you know, it could be a one-off. If the guy's really nice, I'd give him a second chance. But
tell him to wash.
Yeah.
Test him. Don't shower before the date.
Throw it back at him.
You don't shower. And then you see how he reacts. And if he says something, you go, well, now you know how it feels, motherfucker.
Like, jog from the car to the things you're a bit sweaty.
Yeah. Yeah, build it up. How bad do you want it, bitch?
I think you can always tell as well with people's hair. If their hair is like greasy as fuck, that means they ain't showered in a good few days.
Yeah.
And I'll be like, mate, have a shower. Have a shower.
Sure.
Go home. Date is over.
Right. Oh yeah. So good luck with that. Anyway, hopefully that lucky guy might get a second date. Otherwise, hygiene's not a small thing. You know what I mean? People, please wash. And we always say on this, please wash your balls. And I mean it. You know what I mean?
Oh, get a good scrub. Yeah.
For sure. And another thing,
maybe that's what she means. Maybe she means
you can smell his nuts.
there.
Then that's definitely a fucking problem.
Yeah.
If you can smell a man's nuts, he needs to get tested. I as well didn't know that if a guy's got stubble and he doesn't like wash his face or like shower enough, when like, because you know women get like a rash on their chin from like when you're like making out, you can get an infection if like the person's got like dirty stubble.
Really?
Huh. I didn't know that.
Like I've seen photos of it. It's pretty fucking gross. You know what I mean? So,
explains a lot.
Yeah. So, lads, just wash everything. I'm not going to go into details. Just wash everything. All right. So it's a previous listener emailed in about having to commute. Oh wait, was that in Brian's episode? He was commuting from London to Newcastle.
That does seem familiar.
I feel like that was your episode. That's pretty good then.
That's well timed.
Yeah. Just so you're aware, I've taken your advice on the job and I've panned out well for me so far. 3 weeks in, I'm much happier. My only concern is I'm not getting well with the team so far, and I don't want to come across needy, but it would be great to have work friends, etc. But I'm not very forward, and these guys don't really speak during breaks. Any help on the subject would be appreciated from you both. So how would you...
Oh, I got this
there
one.
You go.
All right. Ready? Fuck work. That's not why you're there. It's not why you're there. You are there exclusively for one reason. Money. That is the only fucking reason you're going to this hell fucking miserable fucking thing that is just sucking your time and wasting your life is for money. So... fuck work friends. You have your real friends, hopefully, in your real life. Keep them as your real friends. Your work friends should be nothing more than, hey, how you doing? What's up? Casual as you're talking about the work shit that you got to get done. Other than that, don't associate with anybody. Do your shit. Make your money. Go home and, see your real friends when you can. Because ultimately, any job, the only reason we're doing it is for fucking money.
Yeah.
You know? Because if it was something you wanted to do, you would do it for free. So, work friends, no. I don't need them. Like, I want people to just be like, oh, yeah, that guy, he doesn't bother anybody. Go make your money, do what you got to do, go home, see your regular friends on your time.
Yeah, I can't wait to sit in my car for 20 minutes and be on my own. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Fucking
I have
break.
been on teams where we've sat in the tea room for an hour and not one person said a fucking word, and it is weird as fuck. I used to go off into like a little side room where we used to do electrical testing, and I'd just sit in there by myself watching fucking TikTok.
That's the way it is. I think there's always a way to like have a conversation, because to me, work friends is just that, right? Like, you go to work and it's just pleasant conversation. It's just to pass the time.
Small talk, innit?
I'm not asking them to go out for a drink or anything like that. It's purely like we may have a slight bit in common. Yeah, I mean, so I'm just going to talk to you about that to pass the time, and then that's it. You're not getting.
And you can't trust people either.
No.
You cannot trust people.
That's why I say don't do
Yeah.
it. Like, it's only going to lead to drama. I'm never more than, hey, how you doing? What's up? And, like, if it's something work-related, like, do you have X, Y, and Z? I need blah, 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 blah. And they'll give it to me. Oh, thank you. Have a good day. Always hello, good morning. But I don't have any substantial conversations at work. It can only lead to trouble because everybody is a gossipy fucking bitch. Yeah. And they'll bitch to you. And the second you throw it back to them, word's going to spread. And it's going to be like, did you hear what Brian said about this? And blah, 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 blah. Fuck that. You don't need it. It's just going to create problems in your life.
That's me at work. I've actually started rumours about myself to see how far it would get round the...
That's just the amount people talking about him, isn't it, Jamie?
Yeah. There's me and the guy that does the same job on the other shift, do the exact same thing where we start all this fucking... we start gossiping, and then we get it so far around, and then he'll be like, did you start that the other day? And I was like, yeah.
See, there's only like one other Scottish guy in my work, so like I purposely like went after him, but he's like this old Scottish fella, and he like all he cares about is Rangers, and I don't know anything about sports. I'm like completely
team.
Yeah, the football team. Yeah, like he goes to all their away games. Like they might go to Holland next week, so he's already booked the time off work in case they go, so you can go watch him. His marriage failed because all he wanted to do was go and watch Rangers, so he fucking broke up.
Now I really love this guy.
So I knew that about him, right? And I know enough, but all you need to do is show an interest. So I went up to him and I was like, "Oh, how was the football?" and blah blah blah, and he just goes off. And as long as you show some interest, and that's you're in. I think that's the easiest way to get work friends is to almost just let them talk about what they enjoy. And that makes them sort of go, oh, this guy's all right, because you're listening to them waffle on. Yeah.
You're right. I mean, people love to talk about the shit they like. So if you really want work friends, just be like, what movie are you watching? Or, TV show, and they'll tell you what video game. Yeah, ask them what they like, and they'll ramble about it, pretend you like it, and you'll have friends.
You don't even have to know.
But my advice is don't have work friends.
Yeah, it does cause problems. I remember in a previous workplace, I got a bit too close with some of the guys, and they had a falling out amongst themselves, and I was their manager, and I had to discipline one of them for falling out, but we were all friends, so it was like really fucking awkward and weird, and it ended up the only way for it to be solved is me leaving, and I don't talk to any of them now, so it shows how strong the friendship is when you're there. It's all fucking fake, really.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
It's all for money. That's.
I said to a guy the other day, he was like pissing me off, and I was like, "Do you think I'm gonna fucking stop and speak to you outside of work?" I was like, "I've come here to make fucking money, mate." I was like, "I couldn't give a fuck who you are. Like, I wouldn't piss on you if you're on fucking fire, and just do your fucking job." You know what I mean? I was like, but I agree with Brian in a certain. Yeah, I mean, you go there to. I couldn't give a fucking shit who's working with me. If we've got downtime, it's nice to have someone to talk to, but I don't give a fuck. You know what I mean? Who gives a shit?
Yeah, true.
So this company that I've been doing the work for, I've had a lot of downtime in between shoots, And like I've been able to just go into like this separate room where I'm completely alone and I'm just on my phone for like sometimes hours at a time, like or I'm like, I'm on my laptop, I've been writing some stuff and like they'll pop in, you need anything? I'm like, no, I'm good. Just go get out of here. Like, leave me alone.
Yeah, that's what it's all about. Look after number one.
It's got to be the vibe you give off as well, innit? Because all the guys that work with me now know, because I'm not a morning person, but I start at 6 in the morning, and I'm like, do not speak to me before 10 a.m. There's no conversation coming out of me, whether you want to say hello to me or anything before 10 a.m. So now everyone avoids me before 10. And then after 10, they start creeping back into the room and fucking asking me questions and stuff.
You need to extend that vibe for the whole
for
day.
the full 12 hours.
Yeah.
I just look at people. I don't even say anything.
Oh, that Samuel L. Jackson meme.
Yeah. I've got the...
So I'm a teacher, so I get in the morning. I open my door for my students as they're coming in, but other than that, I don't leave my room unless it's to go to the bathroom. I hide. I don't want anyone to see me. Thank you. Yeah, so I just hide all day, I don't want any trouble.
Best way to be. Best way to be. So you could either go with Brian's thing and just tell him to fuck off, or if you are in some sort of sense that you do want to find something they're interested in, the easiest way to do it, just let them talk about that, show a bit of interest, and
don't be that needy guy though. Do not be that needy guy.
No, I mean, play it cool. Play it cool. But let us know how it goes. Hopefully, all you need is one. Or
what you do is, I don't know his job, but if you set up your cubicle with shit you like, or whatever it is, someone may notice the shit you like and they may be into it too. And then they'll come over and have a talk with you about it, Mm-hmm. So then you're attracting someone who has an interest in your shit.
So there you go. Brian's constructive.
That kind of works with me. We got stickers for the podcast. I put that all over my toolbox. So now I know who listens to podcasts and who don't, because they all come in and fucking talk to me about it now.
Right. So this is a previous listener. He emailed in that he was playing loads and loads of golf, and his family weren't happy about it. And we said about he's got to split it in half. Yeah. So he says, "Thank you for your advice. I'm trying my best to cut down on the amount I'm playing and spending time with my family instead. It still feels hard to do though, especially with the weather getting better. I think, obviously, with the weather getting better, I think your family's going to let you have a couple extra days. You know what I mean? But as long as you're showing them you're making an effort to spend time with them, I think that's the main thing. So it seems like your neighbourly disputes are more common than I thought. I have a guy stealing my packages left outside my house. I've got a lockbox and he's managed to get in there too. I'm not sure what house he stays in, but he seems to be checking out my box every day now. Short of staying home all day every day, I don't know what to do about it. Police aren't interested, and I don't want to have to travel to an Amazon box or something to get a parcel. Any thoughts?"
Yes. Okay. So I was actually daydreaming about this the other day. There's two things you could do. Order, I don't know about the UK, but in America you can order like a box of shit from Amazon. So porch pirates will come and they'll steal it, and they open it and it's a box of shit. So you could do that. You could also set up a glitter bomb.
That's close to what I was thinking.
Yeah, but I have a better idea. Order a teddy bear, right? Hopefully you can get it. If you have to send it somewhere else, send it somewhere else. Buy an Apple AirTag. Put the AirTag in the teddy bear. Send it to yourself. Wait for the guy to steal it. Once he steals it, you will know where he is.
That's a good idea.
Now you know everything about him. You know where it is. And then what you do after that is up to you. Maybe you order a baseball bat, you do some Donnie Brasco mob shit, but let me say,
Go full Bob Ross.
You have options available to you.
Kill him.
Yeah, look, if you steal someone's property, I hope you fucking die.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
It seems to be so common. We've had a few emails about people stealing packages and that. It's
Yeah.
fucking insane.
There was an old woman. There was a guy across the hallway. But we said that as well. There's a company that make those boxes, and it'll like alarms go off, paint comes out, and it has like a camera in it, so you can see them open the package and stuff like that. I think it's a lot more common in America because they just leave it on the doorstep, right?
Yeah, in America, typically, they just leave it in front of your house. And depending on, so in America, we have the United States Postal Service, which is the government one. We have FedEx and we have UPS. That's typically who delivers. And we have Amazon, who they have their own service. But, depending on who ordered it, that's like the post office will just kind of fling it wherever, and Amazon puts it down nicely in front of your door. They take a picture. It's like a whole process with them. But they some leave it on the sidewalk, some leave it in front of your door. It's fucking weird where they leave it. And yeah, and in America, there's a lot of people who do that. I have a friend who on one Christmas he was down on his luck and he followed around the UPS truck. And as the UPS truck would drop off packages, he would get out, steal it, and get back in his car. And he followed the UPS truck on its whole route.
Fucking brilliant.
That's mental.
My local Amazon guy changed recently, because Charlotte orders fucking a phenomenal amount of, unbelievable amount of Amazon stuff I get to the house. And the new guy seems to think that if you put it he picks up my doormat, and he just puts it on top of any box that could be the size of a fucking small car, and he just puts the mat on top of it. And he's like, it's in a safe place. And I come home and the mat's sitting on top of it. I'm like, what the fuck is this geezer doing?
The pure weight of the mat makes it so heavy that no one can lift it up.
He's a comedic genius.
Yeah, he is.
He knows exactly what he's doing. And he's like, this is funny. That's the only reason he's doing it.
He's so quick as well. Day. Like, when I'm in the house sometimes, and I answer the door, because I've got a Ring doorbell, I answer the door, and he's already gone. Like, the fan's gone, everything's gone. And my road is there's only one way in and out, and he's out already. Okay. I'm thinking, what the fuck? Never seen him. He's like fucking Zorro or something.
They're fast, man. Amazon, they put it down, they ring, and then they zip away.
Yeah. This is a tough one. It's always tough with a neighbourly dispute and stuff, especially if the police aren't interested. But the thing with the police is you need evidence. So you need a lot of it, right? You need multiple camera footage. You need receipts of the things that have been stolen. You need to know where he lives, because the police, I was going to say, don't want to do their job, but it's not that. It's that they're so overwhelmed over here that it's easier if you just give them all the information that they require.
Yeah.
You have to do the investigation.
Yeah, basically,
yeah. It's so petty crime, isn't it? It's such a petty crime.
Yeah.
I don't give a shit, really. Yeah.
I agree with Brian said about the tag. You need to find out where he lives, because the only thing you do really is confront him and be like, I know what you're fucking doing.
Or you could tell them, look, I cut my girlfriend's head off. I mailed it to myself in a box, and I don't know where it is. This guy came and took it. Watch how quick they'll find the box.
That's true.
But I mean, he must have a Ring doorbell as well, because he obviously knows this guy's taking his. How the fuck's he getting in the box? He's just taking some bolt cutters with him and cut the lock off it.
A lot of the time, them lock boxes are only got an Allen key thing on it. That's why I didn't bother getting one. Instead of a proper padlock, it's just you could, if you got a pair of scissors, you could jimmy it open.
Yeah. Oh, like your electric box sort of door.
Yeah, that type of thing.
It's it's a square key, but it's not really. It's just a fucking. Oh,
pair of scissors, I'll be in it, mate. Quick as lightning.
You could put your own lock on it, I suppose, if you wanted to. If you wanted to go that sort of route.
But then the problem is Amazon can't get in.
That's true. Yeah. Don't they normally have it so it's sectioned off? So they can open it and it drops in, but then it won't come out. You have to actually open the box to get it out.
No idea.
No, I'm not entirely sure.
Yeah.
I think the best thing to do is to spend a week at home, order loads of shit to your house, and then when the geezer turns up, just sit in your car outside and just run him over.
Yeah, I love that.
But you need to catch him in the act, because that's the thing, right? Like, once someone gets away with something once, they're like, oh shit, I've got something here. So yeah, take some time off, and order something, or order it on a day you know you're going to be home. Park your car somewhere else so he thinks you're away, and then just bust him as he's doing it.
He views you as the golden goose, so you need to show him you're not, Maybe watch the John Wick movies for some inspiration. Yeah. I mean, it's not a dog getting murdered, but packages getting stolen, I think that's a reason to kill, 3,000 men.
I'd be so pissed off if I've waited all fucking day and someone nicks it, man. I'd be like, oh, wankers. Right. Yeah, so good luck with that. Hopefully you get it sorted. And let us know how you resolve it. See if you took any of our advice or if you decided to do an old-fashioned stakeout of your own. Right, so this listener emailed in because he was moving in with some of his mates. And he was putting furniture in and some people weren't willing to put up, like they didn't have any money. So that everyone wasn't pulling their weight.
Okay.
I'm in a house share at the moment with a guy and her boyfriend while I wait for the lads to sort their lives out and get them in our place together. So obviously it hasn't happened yet, and he's in a temporary thing.
It's been a long time coming.
Yeah, I know. I would give up by now and just find my own fucking place.
That original email was quite a long time ago.
Yeah. So I was being a good roomie, emptying the dishwasher, and I found my roommate's sex toy in the dishwasher. I was completely weirded out and didn't touch it. When she got home, she opened the dishwasher to find it completely empty, other than her dildo. So she had to know I know it was in there, and she hasn't mentioned it. I spoke to the guys at work about it, as I couldn't believe it, and they said that it's a fairly common thing for a woman to wash it in the dishwasher, which was news to me. Also, I can't help but think, now I eat off the dishes that were in there, sharing the space with something that's been inside her. I think if she needs to do it, she could at least do it when I'm out or warn me. It's been a week now and she's not mentioned it, and I can't stop thinking about it. Do I speak to her about it, or just let it do its thing and ignore what had happened? As always, I look forward to your advice. If this doesn't make it to the show, I'd appreciate a reply to the email. I always reply. He did get a reply as well. I didn't know this. I asked Sabina, and she didn't know about washing a... I don't know if that's a hygiene thing.
I've never heard of it either. No. I've someone's mentioned it when I spoke about it after we got the email, but I've never heard about that.
I've never heard about this, but my first question is the girl hot? If she's hot, she's kind of alluding to a sexual thing, in the common space. I would take this as this might be, a sign. Maybe she doesn't need the plastic. She's got a man there, so maybe start working your way in. And it is kind of hot. It's like now you're always eating pussy juice on everything you eat. I
was going to say, you get in the cupboard and start sniffing all the plates and bowls, wouldn't you? Oh, does it touch this one?
Yeah.
But no, I was saying to Sabina, she must have wiped it before. Can you imagine it's gone into a drawer and that drawer's it's going to get fluff and bits from the drawer all over it. So all she's doing is literally this needs to be cleaned properly. I'll whack it, and the dishwasher's so hot. Everything's clean. There's nothing. There's no residue or anything like that. Everything is clean.
Maybe she had a messy situation. Tried to do some anal with it. Got a bit messy. Had to clean it somehow.
Look, I mean, everything is steamed. It's hot. It's sanitary. It's really not a big deal. It's just weird to see. I'm sure the amount of bacteria in a mouth and a vagina. I bet if a scientist swabbed both, it would probably be almost the same. But that being said, you have your next sip of OJ. Just think, maybe there's some vaginal juice left over in there, some extra flavor.
Get a pube coming to you, and where's that hair come from?
Yeah. every hair in his food. He's like, what the fuck? Why is this here?
Imagine her opening it up and there's only just the dildo in there. There's no plates. She just looks thinking, oh,
What
fuck.
he should do is he should buy a fleshlight.
Oh, and start doing that.
And whether he uses it or not, he should put it in there and flip it on her and see if she
Savina
says
said the
anything.
exact same thing.
If she has no more ground, yeah, do the exact same thing. Even if you don't use it, just leave it in there. Because what's she gonna say? She can't say anything to you, right?
He should go the whole hog and get one of them big arses. You know, it's just an arse.
Oh, with a...
And just put that in there.
Yeah. Put it in there. Like, what is she gonna say? You can't put your ass in the dishwasher? It's like, well, you put your dildo. I mean,
I couldn't help myself though. If I put like the fleshlight in there, I would just put the dildo inside it and leave it. Be like, oh well, you know, I thought it was like a case or something. But
fit.
It just makes you laugh because like I can imagine Jamie's thought is like, oh, there's a dildo in there. Like she's just walked into the kitchen playing with it and then just fires it into the dishwasher for between her legs and then closes it.
Yeah, 100%. Squatted over the dishwasher drawer.
She stands over the bath.
And just let it drop in.
Guys, there you go. Off to work I go.
What a weird situation. What a weird, like, with what I've discovered from this episode is we've got a lot of roommates doing a lot of weird shit, man. Like, people need to be living by themselves, don't they, really?
Yeah.
I mean, it's best to live, you know, with yourself or your girlfriend or your family, but it is kind of fun when you have a roommate, you know?
I think if she's going to do that, I think she's going to be pretty open. If you want to say to her, that weirded me out, can you just, you know, give me a heads up? I don't think she's going to be that bothered by it.
Or just say, I've never seen or heard of one of these. Can you show me what it does? And maybe you get a show.
I'd be sitting there with a cup of tea and I'd be stirring my cup of tea with it. And then she's like, what are you doing? I'd be like, oh, this is really weird spoon was in the dishwasher. I mean, it doesn't really collect any sugar or anything, but I mean, it stirs my tea quite well.
That's good. Yeah, you could use it for like pasta, the noodles, mashed potatoes. You're just jamming it down.
But yeah, no. When I emailed him back, I was like, "Well done, you've actually stumped me because I've never heard this before. I'm pretty on top of these things, and that's never." But
First for me as well.
But that's the difference, right? Like, I've got a fleshlight, and I clean mine and everything like that, and I leave it on a towel. But I've never thought myself, oh, I'll deep clean it and stick it in a. I mean, that's women for you, right? Like everything's clean with a woman.
Have you ever like forgot to put it away
Yeah,
and like
yeah.
your mum's come round, you panicked and like threw it in a cupboard or something?
I've left it to dry in the bathroom, and thought to myself, I really hope Mum doesn't drop anything off. But no, she's never done it. This listener has emailed quite a few times. She's actually the listener that is responsible for our conspiracy theory episodes.
Oh.
She requested it. And then she also messaged him because there was a fella in an apartment building and she wanted to speak to him. And unfortunately, she hasn't let us know what happened with that. So we can't give an update on that. She says, I just finished watching Vampire Diaries and it raised a question in my head for you guys. Would you rather be a vampire, human, or a werewolf? They all have their perks. I think I would much rather be a vampire than any of the other. What do you guys think?
That's tough.
It's a good question. So I, as a kid, I wanted to be Dracula. Like, I was Dracula like 2 or 3 Halloweens in a row. I always liked Dracula. I'm always a Dracula guy. But as, like, a sentient adult, I realized that, like, to be a vampire, I'm going to need blood. I'm going to have to, like, hurt people. Whereas, like, a werewolf, I get to be my regular self, but once a month, I have to lock myself away so I don't hurt anyone. So I'm kind of like a woman with PMS. Where once a month, I turn into a raging, ferocious beast that can't be around people. But the rest of the month, I'm good. So I would, as an adult, not wanting to hurt people, I'm gonna say werewolf. No, you know what? Fuck it. I don't care if I hurt people. I want to live forever. Vampire.
Do werewolves not live forever?
Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't.
I,
It depends.
I assume that like when the human dies, like immortality doesn't seem like a part of the deal, you know?
No.
I think it doesn't. It just slow down. Like you get like old fucking.
Depends what film you're watching, isn't it? Because the old what's the Underworld? Underworld. I'm sure the Lycans were like proper old.
Oh yeah, they live for fucking ever. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd be a werewolf purely because I could lick my own fucking balls in. I'm a dog, and I.
That's good. That's good too.
Yeah. Nah, werewolves are much fucking cooler. Like you get to go in the daylight and all that stuff. You don't need to survive on blood, so you're basically like just a fucking badass. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't get to eat either as a vampire.
No, yeah, you can only drink
I
blood.
don't know. Do I live forever as a werewolf? Because that's like a big thing, like not having to die. You know?
Nah, fuck that. I'd quite happily give it up as long as I get to be a fucking ruthless beast for a good amount of years. Yeah,
it's a tough one. I'm gonna stick to my guns and say vampire. I'm gonna be a vampire.
Yeah. You can be a human, Jamie. You can be the odd one out.
No, I'm not going to be human, man. What's the fucking point? I would be vampire, and I would find a way to get myself as rich as possible so I don't have to worry about money ever again, and just fucking tear my way through all the bad guys. I'll be like a vigilante.
Yeah.
Almost like Blade.
Yeah,
I wouldn't.
Yeah, I could be like Angel or Blade or something like that, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck
Tear
that.
through all the arseholes in the world.
Yeah, I could be Morbius. I could be a superhero. Yeah, I'm kind of down with being a vampire now. I'll just kill people and take their. I'll kill bad people. I'll take their blood. I'll be a vampire. You know, yeah. This isn't bad.
Fuck that, man. You're a bunch of pussies, man. I'll be homeless. I'll just be taking whatever I fucking want. I'll just be cruising through the fucking countries. Whatever I lay down, that's my home. 'Cause I'm a dog, and I guarantee you, right? If I was a werewolf, I'd be werewolf more than I would be human.
Well, no, you're only a werewolf when there's a full moon, so it's only once a month.
Yeah.
No, but in like Vampire Diaries, can't they change whenever they wanted?
I didn't watch Vampire Diaries. I'm going by traditional lore. You know?
Oh, if I only get to change once a month, then fuck that. I'll be a fucking vampire.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Because like, if you watch Teen Wolf, they get to change whenever they want as well.
Oh,
yeah,
really?
they do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I'm trying to
I
remember
think
now. what
the
Vampire
moon is
Diaries
only
does.
the one where like they can't control it. Like they have to in the show, but like other than that, they can even use their abilities when they're not. So they have like really good smell and like agility and stuff like that.
They can Hulk out.
Yeah.
You know, you could probably make money too. Is like if you could smell, like those dogs who sniff people's asses and they say they have cancer.
Yeah.
You could probably do that too, and just dude, go get checked.
That's how I make my money on the street. I'm
Yeah.
like a cheap carnival act.
Yeah, exactly.
Give me £5, I'll tell you if you got cancer or not. Be like, nah, you're all right. I can get a coffee now. I'll be all right. Nah, if you're a murdering machine, man, there's no way I'm be good. Even in the Blade world, I'll be like, fuck that.
I know, like I've said this when we've talked about the apocalypse before. I would avoid Dan at all costs in the apocalypse because even though he's my friend, he would still find a way to kill me. And if Dan had any kind of extra power over being a human, I would say just wherever he's living, just avoid. Avoid it.
No rules. This is
No
what I don't
rules,
get
yeah.
when like you watch like The Walking Dead, and they're like, "Oh, we found this town," and obviously that guy's a complete dickhead. Just fucking shoot him. Wait, are the police going to come down and arrest you? Just shoot him. Why are you bending to his will? Oh, he's a bit angry. Just shoot him. You know what I mean?
Dan, aka Negan. That's what
I
it
mean,
is.
it does make sense. Yeah, kill everybody that's bad. Are we working together or not? That's it.
Yeah.
We don't need a warlord.
It's like, oh, I don't want to do anything because he's threatening. I'm like, threatening him for what? What's going to happen? You know what I mean? Just fucking kill him. Does my nut in. Like you get like the main boss of like this entire army, and they're like in your face, and now you could just strangle them. Like they're right there, and then like they listen to this spiel and wet their pants, and then the guy walks off, and I'm like, you've literally had 20 minutes to kill this guy, and he's just fucking gone, and that's it. You're done now. Fucking sake.
Where would be the drama
we
in that?
need the season to keep going.
Oh
Yeah.
god, drives me mad. I say it drives me mad. Oh man, I feel ganged up on now, but it's lucky that werewolves are better than vampires, so I beat both of you. It's fine.
We can
Yeah.
fly.
So yeah, as a bat.
Yeah, but we can still fly.
Yeah, but I'm a dog. I catch birds and shit. You know what I mean?
Catch birds.
Oh, mate. It'd be like Rocco with his fucking mouse. Tearing that shit up. Right, last email. The previous email was just about what our favourite restaurants and takeouts were in the UK.
Cheeky Nando's?
Cheeky
Oh,
Nando's,
see, I'm not a
yeah.
massive fan of Nando's. I've got a new obsession, wings. It's like KFC, but it's like hot wings.
Okay.
Oh, mate,
That
it's
sounds good.
fucking banging. So good.
Is Nando's like a big chain by you guys? I only know it from like the meme, Cheeky Nando's.
Yeah, it's like a peri-peri chicken place.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
It's
It's
all right.
something, when I get to the UK eventually, it's a place I definitely want to try.
yeah, it's definitely worth trying.
Oh, yeah, it's tasty food. It's
Definitely
just,
worth trying.
I think it's a bit overrated, but I think it's
Yeah.
like,
Okay.
but no, it's still worth a go. Two men, two very funny men. I took a break from the podcast and social media for a few months just to repair my mental health after a tough breakup. But boy, I wasn't expecting you guys to have such a glow up. So well done, gents. Lots of guests, lots of exciting new content. And I agree you should get more love on your YouTube. Yeah, that fucking thing's a piece of shit. Anyway, what's your YouTube like? Is it all right? Yeah, that's exactly how I feel.
It's like I never know what is gonna like get a lot of views and what is not. Like we put up these YouTube shorts. One will randomly get like 3,000 views,
Yeah,
and I'll put another one up and it'll get 20.
yeah.
Same hashtags, the same people doing it. So I have no fucking clue what it is, like why certain things hit. I wish I had a fucking answer,
Yeah.
That's exactly what we're
100%.
doing.
Yeah, it's so hard. Like, I really think it's just like, I have no knowledge of this, but my belief is that YouTube, they promote and push people who just keep making content.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like when you put out like 2 to 3 full videos a week, they'll just start throwing that into people's feeds more. That's my belief.
Yeah,
I don't know
yeah,
how
I
true
agree.
it is, but that's just my hunch.
Yeah. It's just such a. Oh, it's just so
Yeah, it becomes
annoying,
a quantity thing, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I think that's
So
true.
what I think works, and we were doing this for a while, and we haven't done it in a bit, is taking your full show and then taking different segments of it and putting it in like 10-minute blocks as like an extra video. So like, what I would do for this episode if I were you, and I don't know if this will work, but give it a shot. So take like one of the listener emails, like the dishwasher, and be like, this listener found what in his dishwasher, with a clickbait caption like that. Put up us answering that email as like a 10-minute segment. Make a creative thumbnail with like an arrow and like speech bubbles above like a dishwasher or something.
Yeah.
And see if people click. I don't know if
Yeah.
they will, but it's worth a fucking shot.
We did do that for a little while. It's just trial and error now. I just hate it.
Yeah.
I think all it will take is one video, and then everything catches up. Because
Yeah.
the YouTube's the only thing that seems to be sitting behind. The Spotify and that, our numbers are like decent, but the
Yeah.
YouTube just doesn't seem to get there.
We're kind of even across the board, which is good for us. But it's still I want more.
yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. Anyway, I have lost a considerable amount of weight as she essentially fat shamed me and she was no longer attracted to me. She came up to me last week in town when I was coming home from the gym and she was acting all flirty about how much I've changed. I feel like it's taken a lot of self-work and a lot of willpower for me not to continue chasing her after we broke up. I really would like some help on whether to pursue her again or not. From one man to two men, I appreciate all the love you've given to the listenership. I hope it pays off for you both. This annoyed me because I've, like, no. Like, why give her a fucking another chance if she's fucking shamed you and you've put all that work in? Fuck no. What's she done while you've broken up?
If she didn't deserve you at your Jay-Z, she doesn't deserve you at your Beyonce.
Yeah.
You know? It's like you put all this work in for yourself to improve your life. She didn't stick by you while you were doing all that. She could have stayed with you while you were overweight and been like, hey, let's work on this together. You know, I'm with you. I'm your partner, all this. And she fucking abandoned you and you did it yourself, which is awesome. Congratulations. Find someone better.
Yeah.
Who fucking, you know, you get a fresh slate. She doesn't deserve you for all the work you put in.
No.
100%.
Find someone new.
Yeah. Block and delete. Get rid of her.
Yep.
I would get rid of her 100%. Like, if you've put that work in to become a better person in yourself, why would you go backtrack? It's almost going backwards again, isn't it? And you ended up in the situation you started in. And it shows how shallow she is as well.
That's what I was going to say. How fickle.
Yeah.
Just like that. Yeah, I mean.
Yeah. Completely groom her. Forget about her. Move on. Find a new piece. You know. But, you know, next time you're coming out of the gym, maybe take your shirt off, do a little flexing. And if she comes over, just be like, "Oh, I'm sorry, I can't hear you over the sound of my new guns."
Yeah. Oh, did you see that? Did you see that car over there parked? Oh, yeah, it's really fun.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Show off what you did and let her know you'll never get it like this.
But it just makes it laugh because it's like she's obviously been like, "Oh, you're really fat," and like in her head, she's like, "I deserve someone that's thinner." She's fucked off looking for it, and then you've turned up thinner, and she's like, "Oh, that's easy because he already fucking likes me. I don't have to put any work in. He's just going to take me back." Nah.
Yep.
Nah.
She's went and tried to get dicked down by about 20 different blokes in the Gap.
Yeah.
And then realised the grass ain't greener.
Yeah.
And wanted to come back.
You don't need her.
No.
You're fine on your own. Get a girl who, you know, who is worthy of your new, you know, value.
Yeah.
New bod.
I love emails like that because normally Jamie and I try and look for we try and think of an equal sort of middle level between both of the people, but in that sort of sense, it's so easy because it's it's a fucker.
Fucker.
Yeah. I wouldn't give her the time of day.
I feel like most guys will take that stance and be like, "Yeah, don't have anything to do with her."
But then there's a sort of sense of because obviously she was shaming him so it's like his self-esteem would have taken a massive hit.
Yeah.
And then when you see that person, you think to yourself, "Oh, they're the one that stuck, they were around." So you almost feel that sense of like, I should do it, get back with them. But no, not a fucking chance. And that's not just two men now, that's three men saying to you, "Fuck that." Not a fucking chance.
Three separate guys. It's a lock. It's not even it's a unanimous decision. Move on.
Yeah. You almost want to do like a grease thing, or like go into the gym and find all your fit mates and wait outside the gym, and when she walks past, just be like, "There's that fucking bitch, the fat shaming there." And then all your muscly mates like, "Oh, like, you what a bitch." You know what I mean? And then just group shame her.
The thing is, the fat shaming is like a form of like mental abuse, isn't it? Really, like that's an abusive relationship at one point.
Yeah.
So you could, if you went back there, you're just walking back into a manipulative situation. It's not worth it.
Look, she's not a kind individual. She's shallow. She wasn't willing to be with you as you worked on this. Yeah. Which is look, I'm a guy. I don't want to date a giant fat chick. I'm a giant fat chick. I'm a giant fat man. I don't expect, So before I met my wife, I'm actually heavier now than I was when I met her. But before we started dating, I had lost like 40 pounds as we were like dating in that process. And, I was losing all that weight and stuff throughout the whole beginning of the relationship. But I wasn't, when I was in my heaviest, I wasn't going on dates or anything. It wasn't until I improved, I got thinner, that I was able to meet my wife and all this. Mm-hmm. And now I'm fat again. But when you look like that, you can't fault people for not wanting to be with you when you're like that, you know? Yeah. But if she was with you that whole time and she had a concern about it, she could have stuck by you. You know, there's a way to do it.
Yeah.
I'm worried about your health and all this, but it is what it is.
Yeah, because if you're doing really well and you get back with her, you're just going to get in the same routine of eating shit. Or what's the day like when you are, I'm having a cheat day, I feel like a cheeseburger or something, and she sits there and she's like, are you really going to fucking eat that? Like, do you think that's the best thing you should be fucking eating?
Yeah, fuck
Yeah.
her. Fuck her.
She doesn't deserve it. No.
No.
Move on.
No. Nice, easy one to end off the episode.
Yeah.
As always, Brian, it has been absolutely lovely and a pleasure to have you here. Would you like to once again tell everyone where to find you? I'm sure they know,
Yes.
but tell them again.
Yes. So thank you guys so much for having me on. I love doing your show. I really want you guys to have Anthony or Steve on at some point. So
for sure, man.
When you want that to happen, let me know and I'll send them your way. But you guys can find me at Reviewing History. We're a comedy and history podcast. We watch movies and we talk about what's real and what's fake in them, and we crack jokes. We tell stories about ourselves as it relates to the movies, all that shit. It's a fun time. You could also find me on the Tell 'em Steve Dave Patreon. I do a lot of video work behind the scenes, TESD Patreon, patreon.com/TESD. I do a lot of stuff there. You can follow me on Twitter at Brian Ruppert with 2 P's. Letterboxd, I'm on there. I rank or review every single movie I watch. And that's it. Thank you guys so much. I really love doing your show.
Absolutely.
I appreciate it, mate. Appreciate you coming on.
Would you like to outro, Jamie? It's lots been going on.
Yes, yeah. So as I mentioned earlier, having a roommate is not always the best idea, especially if they've got a China fucking doll.
And a dildo. Both of them's a double whammy.
Yeah. Thanks again, Brian, for coming on. We appreciate it. If anyone wants to go to and send us any content ideas, questions, feedback for the show, feedback for Brian, we'll send it over to him as well. Send it into twomennohope@gmail.com. And that's it. Until next week, Dan.
Another episode done.